So welcome to the lives that we're doing every couple weeks, and this one is about your biggest fear when building your business. Back to Slack. If you have questions about the processes I use or the programs I use or the software I use to keep us organized so that my team and I can talk and collaborate together, just comment below. I'm interested in talking about software, and we can talk about Slack and Calendly and ActiveCampaign and Kartra and WordPress or anything like that. If you have any questions, I am here to answer your questions and serve you. So maybe one of these good lives would be for a couple people to tell me what they would like to know about, whether it's Slack or we use ClickUp. A lot of businesses use ClickUp to stay organized in tasks that we're doing. So, okay, so that was just a little side. Now we're going to talk about fears when building your business. I am going to be doing these lives, like I just said, once every couple weeks. So I would love for you guys to tell me what you'd like, to talk about, or what you'd like information about, or what I can share with you from my 20 years of building a successful hypnosis business. Mostly working with my target, as most of you know, is working with athletes, but I do see clients for everything else. And I now have an only virtual business, which is really, it's organic, and the clients just keep coming in from referrals. I do go see some teams for team talks when I, want a few more clients. But really, I've been doing this for so many years that I have lots and lots of experience. And I'd love for you to learn from my mistakes and what took me 20 years to know I can help you learn in a much shorter time, which is why I preach about coaches, because they've been where you want to go and they can help you get there faster. Like, that's my motto. But anyways, let's talk about fears about building your business. I am going to watch in the comments here, and if anyone is here watching and listening, which I know some of you are, I would love to see in the comments below what your biggest fears are. And if you're not here and you are watching the replay of this, please write in the comments what your fears are. I'd love to know, because we all have fears, right? Just like we all have triggers. Interestingly, I was just talking to one of my friends the other day. We were taking our daily walk around the lake. It's about 4 miles with the dogs. And we were talking about fears and triggers, and how in relationships, when we can recognize what triggered us and why we triggered us, because it's typically something from the past, we can go, oh, that's why it was such a big deal to me, right? And we still get to discuss it, but say, look, like, I know this is a trigger for me, and I'm working on not being triggered when this kind of situation happens. Can you explain why it happened, right? So anyways, the fears, right? We have fears with everything. I have fears. I procrastinate. Fears make us procrastinate, right? Or hold us back from doing something that we know we should do. Thinking about it way too much. So we put so much energy into thinking about doing something because the fear is holding us back. So I want to talk about like what some fears are in your business. And I know some of the fears that I had, if I can just, share with you, is how do I get clients and make money? Because I wanted to have an office. I saw clients in an office for many, many, many years before I went virtual, and I was worried about paying the rent. So there was a fear about not having enough money to pay the rent, not covering my costs. Another fear was, when do I get an assistant? Because what if I can't pay him or her, and what if it's costing me too much money to have an assistant, which I resisted that for way too long. What if I don't have enough clients to pay for all the software that I have and pay my bills, and quit what I'm doing, whether it's a full-time job or a part-time job, in order to do hypnosis full-time, which is what many of us want to do. And what if I don't make money? What if people don't like me? What if they don't get hypnotized? What do I do if they want their money back? How do I answer their questions, right? So like lots and lots of fears, and fears hold us back, and fears keep us stuck. There's imposter syndrome fears. I'm not as good as, I'm pretending to be, I don't feel like the expert in, all of the fears, right? So really, fear can change us and stop us from being who it is we're supposed to be in this world, because fear can be debilitating. As we know, when you have a fear of something, like a fear of dogs, fight or flight kicks in and you stop, right? You stop, you fight, you flee, or you fight, flee, or freeze, right? And we do that in our businesses too, right? Like we feel like we get defensive, we fight about it, or we freeze and we don't do anything and we procrastinate, or we run. Right? We run from our businesses. And that is not what we want to do, because I'll tell you, this is an amazing tool, hypnosis, and anyone can benefit from hypnosis. In fact, I was just contacting the community bulletin in my area, and the woman who does this, and saying, hey, look, like I'm happy to teach a class about self-hypnosis for stress management and or weight loss, and you charge $50 a person and get 10 people there and make $500 in a night. So like, it's there, people want to know about it. Just get to push through your fears and say, hey, I'm out there, I can do this. And imposter syndrome, right, is thinking that we aren't good enough or we don't know enough. I'm going to tell you what my coach told me one time, and that's, you know more than you think you know. So just go out there and know that if you are certified in hypnosis and you know how to get people into hypnosis, you know more than you think you know. And if I could give you any advice today, it would be help your clients tap into their own higher self, their own subconscious mind to get the answers. And you simply quiet the conscious mind and help them to tap into their answers. It's asking the questions, right? It's leading them into what does their perfect self look like, or even not even perfect, none of us are perfect, but their version of themselves they want to be. That's it. That's what we do. And so anyone can do that. Don't feel like an imposter. They need your guidance in how to quiet their mind. That's the bottom line. And again, another way to if we want to talk about like networking and putting yourself out there, it's literally like, for me, it's writing a contract. Is who am I? And a few years ago, when Josh died, my son died in the motorcycle accident, and I was going through the divorce. I started asking myself a question like, who is Karen Bird? Who am I, and who do I want to be? Because I can create anything, just like we tell our clients. And so it's about getting out there and reminding myself who I am. And I talk about this all the time. I preach about writing a contract with your clients. If you're questioning what a contract is, comment below, what's a contract? I'll do another live on that if there's enough interest in it. But my contract is, I am a powerful, loving, giving leader. And I tell myself that all the time. Yes, I am. In fact, the other day I was texting a friend and saying, I'm really struggling. This is a hard month for me. It's the month that Josh died 4 years ago, and I'm really fighting back tears. I'm feeling the emotions this month. I feel it like in my body viscerally. And she has a contract too, and she said, what's your contract? And I was reminded, oh yeah, I'm a powerful, loving, giving leader, and it's time for me to focus out. And when I focus out, I don't feel it so much on the inside. And so now, I wrote it on my mirror. This is who I am. So, that's who you are. You are a successful, inspiring, helpful healer or hypnotist or hypnotherapist, whatever you are, right? So your contract, who are you? Write yourself a contract. And then how do you promote your business? Typically, it's best if we don't go out there and say, I am a hypnotist or I'm a hypnotherapist. For me, I could say sports hypnotist because that's, my niche, and that's what people know me as. They find me for everything. But really, your elevator speech is so powerful. It took me years to write it. So write yourself an elevator speech. Again, another thing that I tell my mentees that are taking the Attitude of a Champion course with me, write your elevator speech. Here's some examples. Let me help you. We work on it together. My elevator speech, when someone says, what do? Is I help athletes get the confidence when they are lacking it and have more self-doubt, when we know that they can reach their peak performance, but they haven't quite gotten there. So I work with athletes on confidence, playing like they practice, not getting so nervous, and believing in themselves. I do this all using hypnosis. That's it. And then they have questions for me. So write your elevator speech. Know what you're going to say when you go out there and you go to networking events. Know what you're going to say when you go to the next birthday party, or you're at the gym working out and someone says, what do you do? And you just you just strike up a conversation. I have so much more to tell you, but I really like to keep these in about 10 minutes because I know that our attention span is short, and as entrepreneurs and solopreneurs, we have a million things to do every day. Head is spinning all the time. So I am going to offer you a free video on the secrets to a kick-A hypnosis business, and it's down below if you'd like to click the link. And lastly, there will be a link below, and I want to let you all know this. I am doing a free workshop on June 6th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Central Time, and that would be noon Pacific Time, or anywhere else around the world. You can figure that out. And I would love to invite you to it. There's a link below. I'm going to talk about sports hypnosis, how to get clients in your door, and how working with athletes as a coach, hypnotist, or therapist can truly help you get $4,000 to $6,000 in the door. And you can do it easily and quickly. And I'm going to talk to you about the program that I offer, and then even some of my strategies and tips and tricks that I have right now that you'll be able to start using if you are working with clients at all or working with any high performer. So again, down below, I'd love to invite you to my webinar. It will be, get a free 24-hour replay. It's a workshop called Supercharge Your Hypnosis Business, and I want to help you supercharge your business. So 2 links below. One is the freebie. It's a presentation on how to have a kick-A hypnosis business. And secondly, please come to my workshop on June 6th. The more the merrier, and I can't wait to have you all there. We're going to do some fun interactive exercises, so it's not going to be just listening for 2 hours. And I'm going to have you guys share too about what it is that I can help you. I'm going to have a Q&A, have more successful, more profitable businesses, because the more of us that are doing this, the more people that learn about hypnosis, and the better our profession is. So thank you for joining me. Love you all. Have a great day.